Hello friends, welcome back again to the channel. I hope everyone is safe. Everyone is safe. In today's video, I would be talking about how to do the concurrency calculation and how to create a chat capacity planning. So this video is going to be kind of very interesting. So I would request you, please subscribe and share for more. And in case if you have any kind of doubt, please mention in the comment section. So now let's start with the video. So you can see that on my screen, I have put it down some data that is chats and the time. So these 10 chats have the total time of 7,000 and we have 1 hour of interval. On the basis of only these components, we have to calculate the concurrency and then we have to calculate the AHT. How we can do this? So this is going to be kind of very interesting. So you have to do the calculation on the basis of only these components, what you are seeing on the screen. Here, the interval time is 1 hour. So the concurrency would be your total engaged time, what we have. So the total time is 7,000 divided by 1 hour. In 1 hour, we have 3,600 seconds. So that would be your concurrency 1.94. On the basis of that, we have to calculate the AHT. How we can simply go about it? So we have to use this formula 7,000, that's your total engaged time divided by your concurrency, bracket close. So you can see that we are getting 3,600. Then we have to divide it by total number of chats, and the total number of chats we have, that is 10. The moment I hit the enter, I would be having the AHT. So the AHT is 360 seconds. So this is the way you can calculate concurrency and AHT on the basis of 1 hour interval. I hope that is clear. So now let's go to the second part of this question, which is how to create the chat capacity planning. So now you can see that on my screen, this is the chat capacity planning, and how you can create it, you should know about it. You can see that I have taken only 2 months data, January and Feb, and the 4 week data. So this is the weekly wise chat capacity planning, what we are trying to find out in this video. So the week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. You can have data for 5 months, 6 months, 12 months. So I have taken only for 2 months data. So that if you know the calculation, so the calculation would be same for rest of the months also if you're trying to create the chat capacity planning. Here you can see that I have taken the forecasted chat weekly wise. So the forecasted chats are the ones which has been predicted that's going to be coming up in the near future after analyzing the historical data and on the chat arrival pattern. After that, we have the AHT that has been considered what could be the AHT in the coming weeks or in the coming months, depending again analyzing the historical data, what kind of AHT we had. On the basis of that, we have to calculate the workload, then required FTE, then required FTE with shrinkage. So the headcount production is the total number of headcount what we have. That includes both your active and inactive agents. So the inactive agent would be agents are those on very long leaves or any kind of other situations that may arise, but they haven't left the company. So that would be considered into the headcount production. Headcount training means that if any of the new agents are being trained over under, there is a difference between the headcount production and the required FT with shrinkage. So in the next, I have taken the assumptions, occupancy 85%. So occupancy means that for how much time agent should be actually occupied on the task. So that would be considered as occupancy. Then we have the shrinkage, and I have also taken the attrition also as 1%. Then here the concurrency is already given 2.11, and the working days would be your 5, working hours 8. So this calculation would be done on the basis of 5 days working process. So you can get it done for 6 days or 7 days working process also. So now simply calculate the workload. So to calculate the workload, we know that that would be your forecasted chat multiplied by your AHT, bracket close, divided by 3,600. So we have to convert 1 hour into seconds. So that would be your 3,600. Then we have the occupancy of 85%. 85% divided by, since we have the concurrency is also given. So the workload would be your 956. Since we have the concurrency is also given, so we have to divide that workload by concurrency also. So concurrency would be your 2.11. So after having the calculation with the help of occupancy, concurrency, forecasted chat, AHT, so the workload is 453. So I need to simply drag it down, and all other numbers would be coming up for January and Feb month also. Now we have to calculate the required FTE. What should be the required FTE on the basis of the workload what we have just found out. Here you can see that the working days are 5, working hours are 8. So it means that 8 working hours that are excluded your break. I have considered 9 hours of login time, and in 9 hours 1 hour is for the break. So the total 8 working hours would be there. So the calculation would be your 453 divided by bracket open working days 5 multiplied by your working hours. So that would be your required FTE 11. Simply I need to drag it down. So I would be having the required FTE for other weeks also. I hope that is clear till now. In case if you have any kind of questions, if you are not able to understand how these calculations are being done, please mention in the comment section. I would be more than happy to help. Now we have the workload, required FTE. On the basis of that, we have to find out the required FTE with shrinkage. Here would be the calculation 11 divided by bracket open 1 minus, and the shrinkage is 20%. So we would be adding the attrition also in the shrinkage plus your 1% bracket close. That would be your 14. We have to be very careful about the brackets being used. Even though the calculation is not being changed, but we have to use the right number of brackets. So here I have to apply another bracket. That would be your 14 FTE with shrinkage. The same I have to drag it down. So we got the required FTE with shrinkage, and now we have to find out the over and under. Since we have the headcount production is also given 19, 19, 19, and the headcount training, we do not have any kind of agents in the training. So the over and unders would be your headcount production 19 minus your actual FTE with shrinkage. That would be your 5. The simply I have to drag it down. So I hope you like the video. Please subscribe and share for more.